I don't think they're ready for this. This is different. A LA Ram podcast, not based in California, but based in Florida? Come on now. You know I had to do it. Ram Nation, stand up. It's Ramily Talk from the Playmakers Bar podcast, hosted by Darnell the Playmaker Silence. Let's talk Rams football.
Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? For the first time ever, I am doing a live Ramily Talk. And I'm doing it to recap the draft that just happened over this past weekend. But I'm not doing it by myself. But for those of you who know me, y'all know me, the Playmaker down the sevens, the head man of the Playmakers Bar Network. And you see the championship hat I got on here. So you know it's going down. Let me bring my guest in. All the way out in the West Coast, my buddy, my friend, fellow Ram native, Jonathan Mathis. How you doing?
What's up, man? It's always a pleasure to be on the show. There's nothing better than talking about Rams football. How you doing, man? It's been a while since we got a show. I believe the last time we collaborated and we done some work together was the week during the Super Bowl.
Yep, which led to this hat me buying.
Nice.
So I had to get the hat. I had to get the hat. You talking about what? 20 years we had to wait for this? I had to.
It's been a long time coming. The Rams finally brought it back home. You know, that's satisfactory right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Know? But we got one more guest coming in, also part of the Ramily Nation. My man, Cameron Gordon. What's up?
Yo. Happy Tuesday.
Hey man, I like the Rams.
I heard we were talking about the draft, and I heard somebody said the Rams, and you know I'm in there. The Ramily is thick, baby.
Oh, Ramily is on, and Ramily is here to take over. So let's just go right into it. You know, as always, you know, we never pick in the first day, as per usual, because we don't. Les Snead can care less about first round picks.
The picks.
So we had to wait till day 2, round 3, pick 104. Logan Bryce, guard from Wisconsin. There was a need at O-line. We lost Austin Gilbert to the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe.
I think Corbett. I think he went to the Panthers.
Panthers, okay. Good for us in the interior, holding down that center position. And so as guard, we get a guard from Wisconsin. And if y'all know anybody who watches college football, you know if you're gonna get an O-lineman, it's coming from Wisconsin.
Do y'all know? Do they know where Melvin Gordon played?
So, Jonathan, talk to me about the guard from Wisconsin coming to the Rams.
You know what? It's gonna fill a lot of holes on that offensive line, and like I always say, you need great offensive linemen, right? Especially for a quarterback like Matthew Stafford after what he dealt with his previous team, not having that protection up front. So, I mean, you know, you lost two names, big names that was part of that offensive line. You lost your left tackle, Andrew Whitworth. He decided to retire, and then you lost your right guard, Austin Corbett, who will now sign with the Carolina Panthers. So, I mean, you know, it's a good pickup for them. They needed to, you know, shore things up on that offensive line, and I'm glad they went with this pick. You know, I think this was a great first selection. Again, I think the Rams know what they're doing and what needs need to be met if they want to make another run and run this back next season. And so I really like this pick. I think he's going to be a solid offensive lineman for them. He will join right tackle Rob Havestein and left guard Edwards. And, you know, eventually he will learn under those guys, and he would only get better with time. I think this was a great pick. Excellent move by the Rams. The Rams haven't gotten it wrong in years. They continue to find ways to get better, and this was another way to get better.
All right, Cameron, what's your thoughts on the guard from Wisconsin?
Man, it was crazy waiting on the draft. Is waiting for pick 104 coming in. We was looking around, and me being a at-home GM, I was like, let's get him. He's the best player available. I wanted all types of receivers and DBs and anybody to flash, but they took a monster. We got him at 104. They had him ranked out of 100. I think he was 69th best player. So to get somebody that big from Wisconsin, it's a offensive lineman factory, so they're pumping him out. He's prepared. He's well schooled. I think he's 6'5", 309. And he's just got the build, man. I mean, coming into what we do in LA, we're going to run the ball, we're going to pass the ball, but it's in the trenches. And I'm just saying, for him to be available there, and once they seen what the Patriots did, grabbing Strange, that guard early, hardly anybody knew who Strange was. Patriots knew who he was. Patriots and Rams play good football.
All right, good pickup. We're addressing need on the O-line, which was needed to be done. Like you said, Whitworth retired. We lost Colbert to the Carolina Panthers. And one thing's for sure, we got to get back to being able to run the football.
Mm-hmm.
We was able to get away with it this go around because when you have a guy like Matthew Stafford who can make all the throws and know when it's time to make the plays, he'll make them, because that's why he lead the league in fourth quarter comebacks. And then you have Aaron Donald, who wanted that ring really bad. He was going to do whatever it took to get it. Right. We got it. But what made Les Snead, Sean McVay, and the Rams going off early in the McVay era? They was able to run the football. And do
the first, as soon as we got McVay, when he came in, I think he got Robert Woods and Andrew Whitworth right off the bat. He was like, I need a good route runner and a big ass lineman.
So let's see if we can get back to the running game. Then now let's roll down to the fourth round when we had pick 142. Jacoby Durant, cornerback from South Carolina State. First of all, the fact that you went to a historical black college in South Carolina State.
Give it to me.
I'm already feeling that you a baller anyway.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You a baller. Now you at Conan. Now it's tricky because you're going to get to the Troy Hill trade in a minute. You still got Jalen Ramsey. You still got David Long Jr.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crowded secondary. So Cameron, how this going to work out? Because we got another cornerback later in day 3 and the 6th round, and then we picked up a safety in the 7th round. We have a loaded backfield. So how this going to go?
Snead and McVay were basically, they had triggers, and they had all types of fireworks going off. What was the need? Well, we got 3 cornerbacks in one day. Okay, they went ahead and traded back for Troy. All right. Okay, cool. Like you said, we got Durant from the HBCU. 10% of the players in the Hall of Fame are from HBCUs. You never know. And then what you saying with, I guess I want to say the third one, we haven't mentioned his name yet. We're going to wait on him to get introduced, but we did take 3 corners. I think Durant is going to basically step in and do what Darius Williams did because of his size, 5'9", 187. He went to the Jaguars. I'd go to the Jaguars to play with Trevor Lawrence if I just won a Super Bowl. I mean, you just won a Super Bowl, go to the next, move on, go help somebody else. So losing Darius Williams, he reminded me of Jackrabbit a little bit because he jumped a lot of routes. He did get beat a little bit, but when we needed him the most, he got a pass breakup. So the room being deep like that is just going to help the competition. Ramsey's gonna love it because he's basically the standard. What can we put under him? Who can we put beside him? And basically, when these top guys take plays off, we have the depth and we need to have the confidence that these DBs are going to step in and do what Raheem Morris needs them to do.
Okay, Jonathan, check this out. 5'10", 180. 4.38 in the 40. This is the combine numbers. What does that tell you about this young man?
That tells you that this kid has speed, that he could possibly stretch the field with speed like that. That he's an incredible playmaker. That he's probably the world's greatest cornerback. Like we say, he might be the next greatest cornerback. Like Kevin Durant is arguably one of the greatest basketball players. Nice. It's ironic to me that this man has the same last name But I think this was a great pickup for the Rams. This kid has a lot of potential. They had a need in the secondary after losing Williams, signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I like this. This kid came from South Carolina State, and he led that conference with 14. I think it's in the meat conference. It is. He led that conference with 14 passes defense, and was tied for second with 14 interceptions in last year, I believe. So I mean, this man is gonna come in and make an impact on the team. Now he might, have to learn from some of the best, like Jalen Ramsey, before he gets on the field. I don't think he's gonna get thrown into the fire, not with Troy Hill coming back, but he'll definitely get his chance to rise and shine in the NFL. This kid got a lot of promise, and I think once again the Rams got it right.
I like that. You hit every point, and basically we don't need a rebuilding project at corner. We just need an experience boost.
Exactly, and that's what he can give you.
So before I go into our next pick, like Jonathan brought up, Troy Hill is back in LA, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a bad man.
Giving up a first-round pick for 2023 to bring Troy Hill back. And like I said, we have a loaded secondary. The secondary is loaded. We still have like 1, 2, 3 more people that we drafted in the secondary to talk about. But Troy Hill coming back after 1 year with Cleveland.
They said he kind of, I guess Cleveland has good 3 corners, so he was the odd man out. And basically, I think the Rams were like, he's a veteran and he knows what we're going to do. Let's try to see if he wants to come back.
Okay, Jonathan, Troy Hill returning to sunny LA.
Yeah, look, he's reuniting with his former teammates. He's back in LA. He spent 5 seasons with the Rams. He had a pair of interception, touchdown returns. This guy can, be a game changer for you. I like that he's back in LA with the Rams. He's definitely that cornerback that can help you in your secondary, and that's what Ramsey was missing. He was missing another dynamic player to play in that secondary with him, and now you got him back. You got Troy Hill back. Troy Hill's a bad man. He's definitely going to change that secondary tremendously, and he's going to make an impact once again, like he did when he was here during his first stint. Last season for the Browns, this is a guy who had 49 tackles, including a career high, 2 sacks, and 7 tackles for loss. So that tells you everything right there that you need to know about this guy. This guy's a hell of a defender, and it's good to have him back.
The 7 tackles for loss show that he's playing close to the line of scrimmage and he's not scared to hit somebody in the backfield.
Right.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Now, my fellas and ladies and gentlemen that's watching, I'm going to get to the surprise pick for us. Round 5, pick 164.
Kyrie Williams.
Running back. Notre Dame.
Hey, I did not even know it. Like, I didn't know his relationship with Steven Jackson. I kind of didn't. Wow, man. I didn't know we needed a running back. Sony Michel led the team with 845 rushing yards coming over from New England. He was a big help for us in the depth chart with Akers. I think Akers only had 3 yards on the season, but in the postseason, I'm pretty sure he had way more than that.
So here's my thinking. Follow me on this. They haven't re-signed Sony Michel, so Sony Michel is still a free agent. Derrick Henderson is injury prone.
Right.
He runs too hard. I think he runs too hard every play.
Cam Akers is still coming off of an Achilles injury.
Yeah.
Which is
so you don't want to. You're right. You don't want to push him in the red.
We still got Jay Funk, who we drafted last year. Well, you banging and carrying Williams, and I need to look at his combine numbers because I did not see this coming.
5'9", 194. Akers is 5'11", 212.
4.65 and a 40. I mean, you talking about this? He can
Did you see that play? I don't know who he had it against, but I think it was like 95 yards.
Yeah.
He literally didn't. Every move, every cut, he didn't lose any speed. He would juke. He would just maneuver or outrun them, and hey, running past you, and you.
So, Jonathan, how does Mr. Williams fit into the backfield for the Rams?
Well, he fits in perfectly. Look, the Rams are deep at the running back position. They have solid backs in Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson Jr. Both of those guys are good when they are on the field. They are speedsters. And this is something the Rams like to do, right? They like to run the football. Their offense, like in the past, has been predicated on a strong running game. So it's a bit of a surprise to see them draft Kyrie Williams. But at the same time, it's not that much of a surprise, if that makes sense, because we know how big this Rams team is on the running game. And the running game, it allows a guy like their coach, I'm going blank on his name. Help me out. I should know this.
Sean McVay?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sean McVay, as brilliantly sound as he is as a coach and as creative as he likes to be, this allows, by having a strong running game, this allows the Rams to open things up offensively. They can run play action plays. They can get more creative on the offense. So they like running backs or the merrier. And now you have Williams, Kyrie Williams can come in and make an immediate impact on the team because, look, we all know he's a standout at Notre Dame. We also know that he gives you good blocking.
Thank you.
He has that blocking and receiving abilities. And that's what I like about him. Not only can he run the football, but he can also block for you. And that's really great. That's great for your offense. I think he'll come in and produce for you, especially if one of those guys go down, Cam Akers or Henderson. You have that extra running back that you can turn to in certain situations. And Kyrie Williams, I think, is going to be that player to watch for the Rams. And he could steal the show with that great speed of his and that tremendous athleticism that he has put on display.
All right. So, like I said, probably the most surprising choice by the Rams, going running back in round 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's drop down to round 6, gentlemen. 211. Quentin Lake, safety, UCLA. Jonathan, this is your neck of the woods, so I give it to you, sir.
Yes, I've seen Quentin Lake play. I've watched a few UCLA games. As you know, I wrote some columns about UCLA football. And this dude is versatile, and I think that's what the Rams like, his versatility, because the Rams are a team of great versatility. And they have a lot of flexibility, and they have players that can stretch the field. And this guy will help them a lot in the secondary. I think the Rams were missing a good safety, and I think Lake has the potential to be that guy. He's played 5 years in UCLA. He's very familiar with the setting here. He's played out here, so he's going to stay here at home. With UCLA, he had 3 interceptions and 6 passes defense last season. So, I mean, he can make plays too. He can have, a major impact on the defense. And the Rams, they allowed the highest completion percentage in the NFL last season on throws inside the numbers, 78.8%, according to the ESPN stat and information. And so I think when you bring in a guy like Quentin Lake, that can change a lot of things for you defensively. I think this guy is a huge pickup for them. I like this pick as well.
All right. Cameron, so I can see why they did it.
Yeah, I see 5 of the 8 picks were focused on the secondary. So we're trying to invest or we're trying to fix something that they didn't like what they seen. I got
Jordan
Rapp.
Fuller out. You had Taylor Rapp out.
Yeah, we got Rapp. Yeah, Rapp, Fuller, Burgess, and Lake is going to fill that depth awesomely.
Right.
He's
The
tough
secondary
too.
was vulnerable. It was vulnerable last season.
We were lucky Weddle even came out of retirement.
Yeah. They had
And to have to get the beard, I mean, everybody knew his career, but to get a storied guy like that in the secondary against the Buccaneers, sheesh. I mean, I'd take somebody younger, but Weddle held his own, but you don't want to have to rely on somebody that hasn't been with you the whole season to come in.
But having Weddle, too, wasn't only about what he was able to do physically on the field.
Oh, he was a coach.
What he was able to do mentally on the sideline for those players as well. So I felt his presence, was a factor to why they did so well last season as well. Just having him on the sideline.
Mm-hmm. It gave the whole room an opportunity to focus on their skills. Hey, we're safety. We're getting beat, like you said, highest completion percentage, but we're the Rams. We can light it up all day, but we need to stop the other team from scoring also.
Exactly.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break right here, and we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into the other half of the Rams' 8 draft picks. So stick with us. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, and quick little promo of the Playmakers, all the shows that we do. Shout out to my boy Bearman, who's in the chat right now. You know, Bearman does a great job on everything he does. Cowboys, soccer, wrestling with the Bear, you name it, he does a great job. So shout out to Bearman for tuning in with us on tonight. All right, gentlemen, getting back into the draft. We had back-to-back picks, by the way. We had 211 and 212. And at 212 in the 6th round, we went back to corner. Deron Kendrick, cornerback from Georgia.
I don't know why he left Clemson. I don't really care. I've seen what he did for Georgia, but does anybody know why he left Clemson?
Maybe he felt he had a better opportunity at Georgia.
Transfer window, NIL.
And the championship to go along with it.
Championship to go along with it, and Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart is a defensive-minded coach.
By the way, Kendrick is one of 15 Bulldogs to get drafted in this draft.
And we got one of them because we recognize champions.
Right.
That's amazing. 15 Bulldogs in one draft.
And what was the first? Was the first one Jordan Davis to the Eagles?
The first one was Trevor Walker to the Jaguars.
Oh yeah, I'm so how did I forget that? Trey, number 1. He slid past Aiden. Aiden been number 1 since last season.
So now we talking Durant, Kendricks, Hill, Ramsey, Long Jr. That secondary is getting crowded.
I like that play from Long Jr. against the Cardinals though in the playoffs.
Oh, I know what play you're talking about. For those of you who don't know, the pick 6 on Kyler Murray when Kyler Murray, was
it Greg James? Who hit Murray?
I want to say Torreira got to him.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say Torreira got to him and caused that.
Reader, hold on. Reader went to. I got Reader. He went to the Chargers. He wants to stay in SoFi.
Him and Sebastian Joseph Day.
Hey, they want to stay. Hey, that means maybe we can get some Chargers to come on over to the Rams.
Hey, man, you know what? They're just gonna be down the hallway now.
Leonard Tillery.
Literally down the hallway.
So, but yeah, we talked a lot about the secondary. So there's no Kendricks is done, and Royce Yeast, safety from Kansas State, also got paid. That was the pick 253. So there's a loaded secondary.
What I'm hearing though about the secondary is I'm hearing that players are coming to the Rams and they're becoming too rich for us, and then they're basically getting sought out, and other teams are stealing our good corners.
That's the business of football.
I don't even know what they offered Darius, or if they tried to re-sign him, but he gets better every year. And then somebody said, "Hey, he's too good to be on the Rams team."
He signed a pretty good contract.
He signed a nice contract, but Darius Williams at times, he would get beat.
It was confusing too when he switched to 11 because he looked like a receiver too.
and he wouldn't read plays well all the time either.
But speaking of players who come to LA and end up leaving, Von Miller came in mid-season, set that other edge on the opposite side of Leonard Floyd. He goes to Buffalo for a mega deal. And I do mean mega deal. That's money in the bank type deal here. Okay. So we need something on the edge. We really ain't addressed that need in free agency. So at pick 235, Daniel Hardy, the end from Montana State, was selected. How are we feeling about Mr. Hardy?
6'3", 223. Vaughn was 6'3", 250. So he's a little bit lighter, but that means he's faster. But we want the strength because look at that lineman that they have to go against in our division.
Yeah, this guy's also younger too. And, Hardy started all 15 games and has 77 tackles, 16.5 sacks, and 24.5 tackles for loss. He's going to eventually help this Rams team. I think he's going to fortify that defense with his presence alone. And like Cameron said, he's a little lighter. So that means, he comes at you with a little bit more quickness and speed. And, he can probably put a lot of pressure on the quarterback and do some great things. So I like this pickup too. I like Daniel Hardy. You always need a linebacker. You always need that guy that can, put some pressure on the quarterback. But it's going to take time for these young kids to develop. But the Rams know how to draft well, and they know how to evaluate talent. So again, I don't doubt them for picking up Daniel Hardy.
But let me ask you this. How much pressure is on Torreira Lewis now?
What was it, Lewis and Hollins? Lewis and Hollins?
Yeah. How much pressure is on them? Because Leonard Floyd got one edge. In the middle is that man Aaron Donald who's a beast. Not to mention, Ernest Jones stepped up in the linebacker spot. We bringing in Bobby Wagner. And for those, let me say this right now. Matter of fact, give me a solo shot because I need to say this.
I think he 24 and a half. 24 and a half tackles for loss.
It's gonna be nasty. That defense gonna be nasty next year.
So for those of you who want to say Bobby Wagner is old and whatnot, go look at his stats from last year. Look at Bobby Wagner's stats from last year. Matter of fact, most of you already know because I did it on the Ramily Talk. Jonathan, you heard when I talked about the Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner outdid both Ernest Jones and Torreira together. So trust and believe Bobby Wagner's gonna be that man in the middle, okay?
Oh, he's a hulking beast. He's a hulking him and Aaron Donald together on the same field. This is not Von Miller 2.0. This is, I don't know what this is, but this is an atrocity for every team that faces the Rams next season.
I think of what San Fran had a long time ago, and Patrick Willis and Wagner. He's a magnet. He's the leader. He's going to take over ball games.
So just know that running game that y'all like to do, especially San Fran.
Hey,
we're not having it no more. We're not having it.
Yeah, I like that you said San Fran because when we did lose to them in the regular season, we beat them when it mattered. And then all them running backs we got just as many.
Well,
all the plays they run, Sean does the same thing.
Well, who's gonna do the running for him? Because Debo ain't coming back.
Hey, and I tried to tell him their best running back was a rookie, Elijah Mitchell.
So I just had to get that out. So Daniel Hardy, Terrell Lewis, that other side, that other end spot is up for grabs. That's up. Put a pin in that one because that's a battle to watch.
And Hardy has something to prove. He promised his dad he'd be in the NFL and take care of his family.
He's one step closer. He's been drafted. Now can he get to the field?
Once you get in that room, man, he's gonna love it. Like if you're an outside linebacker or a defensive end on our team, you want to get to that QB. You want to impress Aaron Donald.
Exactly, and he definitely has the tools to get.
And if you watch him or you see something Aaron does that you've never done before, and you try it once or twice, you've already expanded your skill set and your weapons.
And then you're about to learn from some of the best as well. You're about to learn from Bobby Wagner and Aaron Donald, and even Jalen Ramsey in the secondary. So,
oh my goodness, you're right. The core, look at that core. That's three perennial Pro Bowls.
All pros. You're really surrounded by all pro defensive players.
99.
Yep.
So it should be fun to watch. And IDC, you better have some fun this time. Because we was all over you. Then the playoffs came around. You stepped it up the notch. And you got
I will tell. To be determined, but we drafted guys that can play on Sunday. I know that.
All right, I did bring up Royce Heath at pick 253. Here's my thing. You got Taylor Rapp. You got Jordan Fuller. You bringing in Quentin Lake from UCLA. You bringing in East from Kansas State. Dude, there's only two safeties can play at a time.
But the injuries, practice squad, anything, people stealing players, you never know. And I think now, you need 16 practice squad players every game. Or I don't know how that goes, but I think you need 16 players on your practice squad instead of whatever it was before COVID.
So that's another position to look at. Who's going to be starting at safety?
So Rush Yeast, they got 5'10", 195, 13 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, 13 starts at safety. How many games do they play in a college season?
About 13.
And before Kansas State, he played 45. Before Kansas State, he was at Louisville. He had 29 starts in 45 games, 137 tackles with 9 pass deflections. So Louisville, Kansas State, Terrence Newman. But Terrence Newman was a corner.
But, hey, they pass the ball a lot in the Big 12.
You're right about that. Dimes and dots.
So if you over there breaking up passes in the Big 12, you got an eye for the ball.
Where are they going to play him, though? Like you said, we got Rapp. He comes back healthy, Fuller healthy. You got all these other guys. Where does he fit in?
You know,
where do he rise to the occasion?
But Sean McVay is a guy that has certain players play on certain downs. You know?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking like that. Like packages.
Right. Packages, and you can see players coming in on certain downs to take over while another guy gets a breather. And if they need a big stop, maybe he'll go with that guy that is more capable of making that play. So you got to know how Sean McVay operates, and that's how he goes. He does everything on the fly. Sometimes he goes with the best player that's producing at such a high level.
I'm just saying, Raheem Moore, you got a lot of players that you got to figure out there, sir.
They got to see the vision, and they got to know where the ball's going.
Right, and there's no excuses for Raheem Morris now because he has all the right pieces in place. Particularly on defense, like I said, you got all pros out there now on that field.
Every depth chart on the depth chart, basically at every position, he's got a star player at each position.
They're locked and loaded, and they're stacked. So he has more than enough weapons at his disposal to work with. And that defense should be top ranked in NFL next season. And that's not me sounding like a homer. It's the truth. That defense should be the top ranked.
You're right. When you shut something down and everything is going wrong, who jumps out of anywhere? Oh, here's Leonard Floyd with a sack. Oh, we forgot we had him.
Yep. So
here comes
the draft going offensive guard with Bruce from Wisconsin, and then we finished the draft at pick 261 in the 7th round with another offensive lineman, AJ Akiri from Michigan State. Big Ten football is power football, and to do power football, you got to have the lineman. So we start off with Wisconsin. We finish it off at Michigan State. How you feeling about this pick?
Hey, he's 6'7", 320. I'll take it.
Say that again. I don't think they heard you correctly.
6'7", 320 offensive lineman.
Good.
6 seasons, and he got 6 seasons in because I think he had a COVID flagger or a COVID waiver for another year.
Wow.
So 6 seasons.
That was a big boy, Jonathan.
And you know who he blocked for? Who went in the 2nd round to Seattle? Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, that's a big boy right there.
That one hurts. Kenneth
Walker won the Doak Walker Award. Big 12 best running back.
If you make any contact with that guy.
He's a mauler. He's a mauler.
Like I felt pain. I felt pain when I saw that. I'm like, no. But hey.
And I think he joins Brian Allen. I don't know if they were roommates, but Brian Allen was a roommate with somebody in the Michigan family. They're close in there.
So we got them hard mollies, Jonathan, to fill that line depth.
Yep. They got a brick wall now. I think they kind of addressed it all they need.
If you're looking, how many games did Noteboom start for us?
He played.
Because AJ started his first 8 games at right tackle, but he finished his final 5 games at left tackle.
Oh, so he can play both tackle spots.
So he had 20. He's got 25 out of 40 starts in the Big Ten.
So
and he also played. I don't know. He played against Alaric Jackson because he's from Iowa.
So you're talking about Logan and AJ who can play at multiple positions on the line.
I guess it's a swing tackle.
Yeah, it's a swing tackle.
And that's good for us because, hey, what if we have a stronger play to the left that we like running? But what if we want to run it to the right with the same guy?
That will definitely work. So, Cameron, let me start with you before we get out of here. Overall thoughts on the draft as we just went through the entire draft picks.
Overall, out of all 8, I gave it an A because what we addressed, who we plugged in, it's not the players, it's the scheme. We were the Super Bowl defending champions. What we did last year worked. We had 5 losses. 2 of them were to the same team.
Yeah, don't remind me. I had to go off show about that.
And keeping the defense stout. You know what you're going to get with McVay. They called him the boy genius. Well, he's a damn man now. He's got that damn trophy.
Yep. All right. So NFL Network, before Jonathan goes, graded us an A in day 1, and we didn't even pick. The simple fact that we got Matthew Stafford and Von Miller was all it took.
Mm-hmm.
We got an A in day 2 and an A in day 3.
We're building a culture. We got Havenstein, Edwards, and we added Bruss. They're all from Wisconsin.
So NFL Network like what we did. So Jonathan, your thoughts of the overall draft?
Their NFL draft report card is an A+ with an S for satisfactory. They addressed their needs. They gotten better in the secondary, particularly, and you might have heard me talk about their secondary needed to get better. They needed to add a few pieces in that secondary, and they did that in this year's draft. They had a lot of high picks. They took advantage of it, saw what was available on the boards at the time, and they picked those guys, and most of them were safeties. cornerbacks, one linebacker. You got a running back in this draft. So you definitely wasn't in need of a lot of things, but you necessarily retooled. You retooled to try to make a strong case once again that you're the best team, that you're going to be favorites going into next season to possibly run it back next year. And the odds are, immense for the Rams going into next season because of these draft picks, but also because of the foundation that you built through free agency, through trades, and now through this year's draft. So the Rams can only get better. Again, the front office gets it done. They knew what they needed, and they got those players, and hopefully it'll work next season.
All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for us. Recapping the LA Rams drive. As you know, the reigning defending champions do what they always do. They find these late round picks and they make it work. Cooper Kupp, Taylor Rapp. Last time the last first round pick we have on the team right now that we actually drafted is Aaron Donald. So that
yes,
Les
Snead. They want you to know they got the best O-line. We're going to be known for our toughness, and you're going to feel the muscle on defense.
So that's what we got. Cameron, tell the people how they can find you.
You can find me on Facebook, or you can find me anywhere on it. I can't. I forgot my my IG.
Not the IG.
I'll have to post it. I'll have to put it in here on the comments and look it up. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
No problem. My man Jonathan, how people can find you?
Yeah, man, you can find me on various platforms. You can find me on Instagram, SportsJudge85. You can find me on Twitter, SportsJudge85. I'm not always on Twitter, though. Where you really can find me is on Facebook. I have my own Facebook fan page. It's called The Sports Judge. Make sure you guys check it out. I post all kind of commentary there. I post my articles on there. I post my sports short take videos there. I even post our podcast there. And you can also check out my new show that started about 3 weeks ago, part of the ASAP network. It's called Speaking with Judgment, hosted by me, and I usually have a guest with me every Thursday. That show airs on Thursday, part of the ASAP network at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Central time. You don't want to miss it. We have a great time on that show. I break down some of the hottest topics in the sports world, and you guys are more than welcome to join me on Thursdays for that show. That's where you can find me. You can hit me up. You can, again, like the Sports Judge fan page if you want to keep up with me, and listen to any sports short take videos.
I gotta say, he does a great job on the sports videos.
Yeah, excellent. Oh, yeah. Ever since I've been following Jonathan, it's all types of sports. Everything I like, he's either talking about it or he's been there.
He gets it in, so he's definitely a good follow.
Sports Judge.
Appreciate you, fellas. Appreciate you guys so much.
Man, y'all know me, the Playmaker. Y'all don't see me everywhere. Arch Rivals doing stuff with Sideline Sports Arena with Eric Wilson, Megan Price, Mike Carrot-Noodle, and that cold crew right there. I've done a couple of shows with Jonathan on Arch Rivals. Y'all, I'm all over the place, but y'all know the Playmaker, man. And catch me, I want to say Friday, because I didn't get into the second round of the NBA playoffs yet. So when the series shifts to Philadelphia and Golden State and all that stuff, y'all will hear from me because I will get into it after these game twos that's coming up tonight and tomorrow. So other than that, y'all know the Playmakers Bar Network, Ramily Talk, Cowboys Talk, Hoops Talk, Internet LC, Rage Quit, Ranking Around the Diamond for all my Texas Ranger fans. That's something Bearman started this past month for baseball. We got more to come. Who's Talk is going to be shifting to a new podcast coming in next fall. So there's a lot going on. So that's Cameron down at the bottom. That's Jonathan.
Go Rams.
I am the Playmaker. This has been Ramily Talk. Arms up, Rams out, Super Bowl champions, and we out.
Peace.